How many times 繰り返すめまい咳込んだ殻についたリボンでもう動けない I am losing my mind
What is that riff like? That riff is like something. You know what? Let's start all over again.
How many times 繰り返すめまい咳込んだ殻についたリボンでもう動けない I am losing my mind 打ちだべ線も悪も極端だ触れずに選べ遊べ追い込んで Going 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 up
Yo!
そんなシャツは必要ないから待ってるよずっと名前で Maid 劇場的エモーション Showtime この瞬間が動き出すな Unleash Lockdown だんだん出てたんだ
Fam! I want to watch the whole chorus again. So, we need a Band-Maid cartoon. Just saying. This is badass. I mean, I feel like going back all the way again is the thing to do, because that was all awesome. Alright, you know what, we'll go here. I have to resist the temptation to listen again from the very beginning, because this is badass. That riff is really reminded me of something. That didn't do. Let's start again.
How many times 繰り返すめまい咳込んだ殻についたリボンでもう動けない I am losing my mind 打ちだべ線も悪も極端だ触れずに選べ
Pigeon action. Pigeoners. That's so sick.
そんなシャツは必要ないから待ってるよずっと名前で Maid 劇場的エモーション Showtime この瞬間が動き出すな Unleash Lockdown だんだん出てたんだ
Oh no! Oh wow! Yo! I'm like, nah! They lost her, and then she's real. That was sick. Oh man, this is giving me. You know what? I woke up this morning. I've had a terrible morning. I was in such a foul mood, like really, really terrible mood. And I was like, just wound up. I've been working too much. I've not been sleeping enough. And I just woke up today in a shitty mood, and I was like, okay, sit down, record some reactions, you know you feel better. The obvious first choice was the new Band-Maid song. And I'm already no longer in a terrible mood. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm just going to play it. I'm going to go back 5 more seconds. We're going to watch where it turns into real life. That whole thing was sick. And again, I can't put my finger on the riff. But there was a weird noise, by the way, coming out of the chorus that was going on. Maybe a guitar noise. That sounded really sick. Anyway. This one. And it is.
に風にたまに曇りの anytime 巡り巡りたどり着いた光
Yo! I'm going back. You don't care. I don't care. I'm going back. The flow there, the flow and the way that the music and then the bass came in, that was really cool. Oh. They've like supercharged. That sounds wicked. Oh, mate, I don't want it to be over. I want at least another chorus. What? Oh, 309. Oh, I paused the ad. I'll be right back. Ooh, I feel a little hot under the collar. I feel like I look a bit red. I could also be tanned. I've been out a lot in the sun, which has been killing me off. I swear to God. It feels like there's no amount of sun cream I can put on. I'm still going to look like a burlap sack when I'm in my 50s or 60s because of how hot it's been. Excuse me. That, like I say, it got me. I feel like I've got sweaty pits. Maybe not. I've got this pit is definitely wet. That was awesome, and I really want to figure out what that riff at the beginning reminds me of. It was like one of those. It was giving me like a British indie band kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Something like, I can't think of one off the top of my head because I don't really listen to that kind of music, but it's probably why I'm struggling to, you know what I'm saying? And that whole video was amazing. As soon as I very first saw animated Maid members, I was like, I know who these are. Straight away. There's no like, they're all so distinct, is what I'm trying to say. You can see them a mile off. They have their own swag about them. You know what I mean? For want of a better word, they have their own swag about them. And I absolutely bloody love it. I absolutely love it. It was a whole, like I say, a whole mood lifter. Like when I started the day, not just the video, I've just been in a terrible mood this morning. And that really has turned me around. Like, I don't even remember why I was mad. You know what I mean? And I want it immediately. Like, I started it 3 times over. Like, it was so sick the way it all came in. And it's like I have no way of expressing to you how quickly that turned me around. You know what I mean? And it's Maid. It's Maid. Like, they constantly surprise me, but I'm not surprised that I'm surprised. You know what I'm saying? They bring this particular je ne sais quoi, as it were. This particular energy, this thing that they have about them. And it just hits me in the right spot. Ever since day one. Literally, ever since day one of listening to Maid, I just knew. You know what I mean? And I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I've seen your comments. I've you know, I can say that I'm a maniac now. Definitely. And I've seen the way that you talk about the first time you guys found the band, and you know what I mean, the things that it opened up in your brain, and the stuff that it made you realize about this kind of music was like, oh, this has been missing. Where has this been? And it's constantly that feeling. It's constantly that feeling from Thrill, very very first time I ever heard them, to now, and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Every time I listen to them, I'm like, oh, I'm surprised. Why am I surprised? I'm surprised that I'm surprised. But I shouldn't ever be surprised because I know they're amazing. I know they're fantastic. That whole thing with Miku turning into a pigeon, that was awesome. And then she came back in and retransformed into a person. And then that whole like dramatic getting shrouded by darkness, and then they're real people. And it was like an initial like she was looking around like, what the heck? You know, I like that. I really like that. My phone's going off. Let me put it face down so it doesn't distract me. I'm trying to record here. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? It's a good job it was on silent, to be fair. I want to go back and listen to that again. I really want to go back and listen to that again. I'm not going to put you through it. Don't worry. I'm not going to sit here waffling about it over and over and over again. But I've been dying to do that. I'm like, let me have a look when it... I seen it when it first... Okay, the 9th of August. It's now the 16th that I'm recording this. It's a week late. I do apologise. But like I say, I've been doing so much overtime. I've been doing double shifts. When it was like 32 degrees the other day, I worked for like 13 hours and it's killing me off. You know what I mean? It totally drains my energy. And then even on a day off, I don't have the energy to even sit and talk to my family members. I just want to be sort of left alone to regain energy, and you know what I mean. So I do apologize. I've been really working hard because I'm going to Aftershock festival in California in September. If you're going to be there, let me know, because let's say what's up. So I've really had to put some work in, you know what I mean. So I do apologize for being gone. I'm sorry that this is late, but wowzers. And that guitar, you know, when I was like, oh, there was a weird noise at the end of the chorus and blah blah blah, I heard it again. It's definitely a guitar. What is that effect? It sounds really awesome. It sounds really like it reminds me of something else. It's pulling some influence from somewhere else, and I can't quite figure it out. But like I say, that initial riff, I was like, because it gives me that, I don't know how else to describe it, but it gives me that British indie band vibe. Indie band vibe. Whether that be, you know, one of them kooksy kind of songs, or who's that sings that? Let's go. Somebody will know who it is, but those kind of bands write riffs like that, and it was nice. It was really cool to hear that kind of riff in there. And then obviously the band Maid waters flowed over the top of that riff, and it just made it so much better. And it was just awesome from start to finish. A real mood lifter, like for real. I was trying to read along with the lyrics as well, and it was like another message of like, keep going, like you can do it, you know, something to give you strength, to give you motivation. And they always do. They always do give me strength and motivation. And they come out with these things that are like, one of the lyrics in there was something about, I don't have a grasp on what I'm trying to achieve, but I know I will. You know what I mean? It had that kind of, as long as I keep going and keep doing what I can, like fake it till you make it kind of thing. She definitely said fake it till you make it. And I love that. I absolutely love that. If you can bring the energy, if you can put that energy and just be like, this is gonna be it. Like, it's kind of how I approach YouTube, although I am very, you know, I'm a nervous waffling wreck. You know that. If you come a lot, you know that. But I have the mindset of, I'm just gonna keep going. If you've not seen my waffling video, I talk about it in that. And I would recommend, by the way, it gives you a little more insight into me and just the waffling idiot that I am. But like I say, I talk in that about, I just want to get my head down and record as much as possible and just keep putting content out, and like, you know what I mean, expanding my horizons, and just keep putting energy into this as much as I possibly can, because I want it to be huge. I want it to be my day. I want this to be my job. You know what I'm saying? And this kind of thing is like, I am going to keep going. I am going to keep putting that energy into it. You know what I'm saying? I have my little YouTube energy on the side, and I pick it up and I throw it all at YouTube, and then, you know what I mean? We'll see where we go. We'll see what happens, and fingers crossed it's all good. I have so many good ideas and stuff. And just to let you know, I have Japanese snacks and treats and stuff. There's a video coming of me trying Japanese food and little like different flavoured stuff. that I've never tried before. So heads up for that. It should be coming soon. So yeah, I'm gonna start waffling. That was an amazing song. I've not been up for very long, so I've probably waffled a bit more than I usually would. I've gone off on 5 or 6 tangents, but the underlying message that I'd like you to take away from this whole reaction is that that was badass. I could hear like 3 or 4 different little influences and stuff in there. As always, lyrically, it's motivating. It like kicks you up the bum. There's fire to it. You know what I'm saying? There's always fire to it. And what can you say about the musicianship? You know what I'm saying? Just go back and listen to the end of every Bandmaid reaction I've ever done. They're fantastic. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason they have all these fans. There's a reason that they're going on all these tours, all these festivals. There's a reason that people like me want to travel halfway around the world to go and see them. You know what I'm saying? They are amazing. And I'm so happy that the very first person that ever said, listen to Bandmaid, you're a legend. Thank you. You've changed my life. I listen to them every single day now. Like, you've changed my life. You honestly have. You've changed the course of my days. And you guys that come through all the time that are like, listen to this one, check this out, like go over here and look at this in your own time. Like I get DMs sometimes that are like YouTube links of, you know, like 2 minutes of an interview of them talking about something, and it's like really sick, and I watch it like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, yo, these guys are amazing. And they proper make me laugh outside as well. Like, you know, when you see Bandmaid do an interview, they don't take themselves too seriously at the same time as knowing that they're serious. You know what I'm saying? They are serious business. They are a powerhouse, but they chill and they mess around with each other and they have jokes and they're laughing all the time, and it's like, I just love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, I'm going to shut up, my friends. Most importantly, aside from all of the stuff I've just waffled about, all of that, you know what I'm about to say. Please, when you're out and about in the scary, scary world, please take care and please stay safe, because you are awesome and righteous, and we want to see you in the next. Peace and love, my friends.